Hey, jerks. Welcome. I just decided to pop up tonight, do a show. I figured I'd start with some comedy tonight. It's going to be a solo show. We might jump around. Might just look at some research. I've been looking at some weird stuff. Take it to the audience to see what you guys can dig up. But I wanted to start with comedy because I've been the trolls have been coming at me lately again. These unhinged folks. And there was one today or yesterday that came at me about a music video I was in like 20 years ago, a comedy video. And they took the comedy video very seriously. And the worst thing about it, honestly, and they didn't even go after me for this, was that I had basically in the comedy video, I was supposed to be a stereotypical goon. I was supposed to be goofy and goonish. And so I did what I've never, ever done in my life. I turned the baseball hat backwards. But the troll didn't even call me out for that. They called me out for having no shirt on, having a girl pour beer all over my shirt. I had the best day ever. That was a fun day. So that's one thing so since they're doing the comedy thing, I figured I would do some comedy. There was an X video. Nosy Run shared it from, I guess, this moonbat wine lady with the big hair. She's got the big boofy hair. You imagine if I boof my hair up? Because my hair, her hair is boofy. The boofy lady. She has some crazy videos, and I just wonder how they're all doing right now. The Kevins and the Grant. I think they're all losing their shit. I think we need to hire some mental health support for these folks, because it's very difficult time for them because the shit is hitting the fan. The Norfolk County corruption is being exposed. And the question is no longer if, it's how far. How far does this go? How deep is this exposure of corruption going to be in Norfolk County? Now I want to play just a quick little snippet of this crazy wine lady who can't admit that everything that she believes, all these people that she's been following, are all ratchets and liars and charlatans and fraudsters and grifters, just like she is. She's a grifter. And she basically has backed the Norfolk County DA in their bogus prosecution of Aiden Carney. She saw what they tried to do to myself, who did nothing wrong at all except report news. She knows exactly what they did to me. And she wants to cry about somebody sent her a pizza. Somebody sent me pizza too. I didn't cry about it. I didn't go online and cry about it for the next year. No, the only thing I've cried about is that the Norfolk County DA and the Mass State Police targeted me through Kate Peters and Grant Smith Ellis. And this woman was a part of it. And those were the only sleepless nights I had. It wasn't because someone delivered a pizza. It was because these people were threatening myself with witness intimidation. And they had already arrested Aiden Carney for it. And they were knocking on my door next. They never came knocking because I got an attorney. And I called their bluff. I played the game with them for a week or two until I found the right attorney. And Aiden is still facing witness intimidation charges. And they're all bogus. The whole thing is bogus. If you look at what the federal government did with Senator Birchmore, I think they sent a definite message to everybody. It's smack in our faces. It's the obvious tell that they sent. They said, state DA, state police, DA, this is what actual witness intimidation looks like. What they did to Senator Birchmore where they killed her When Matthew Farwell killed her, state sponsored witness intimidation. State covered up. That's real witness intimidation. This lady right here, the true wine lady, she's in a fantasy world, and she hasn't felt any real heat on this like any of us have, like Aiden's facing right now, like the Canton 9 face for the last year, like the people that get the visits from the Mass State Police right now, still trying to witness intimidate them. She's never had that happen to her.
Used to make it seem that the dog DNA was somehow missed. So the truth of the matter, anybody who has dogs knows that if this dog was biting through his shirt and biting him and, you know, putting saliva on the shirt, that it would show up on the testing. But they have.
Yeah, but you know what did show up on the testing? Pig DNA. And you know what is common and often it actually happens is that the dog DNA doesn't come up, the pig DNA does, and it's from a pig ear. And dogs, aggressive dogs, and pig ears make dogs aggressive. So don't say they didn't find any DNA. You lied right there. They found pig DNA, which in some cases has indicated and been proven to be related to a dog treat called pig ears that people know all about.
Have every excuse under the sun, and we could go into those because some of them are really funny. I have many of them bookmarked for later because it's like they don't want to let go of this major corruption that they want to be happening when really the corruption is
the major corruption that the FBI and the federal government just opened everyone's eyes to in the biggest possible way with the arrest of Matthew Farwell for Sandra Birchmore. Is that what you're talking about? Kind of screwed that one up, didn't you?
Happening with the defense team and what they are doing through social media, through Turtle Boy, through some of these paid YouTubers, TikTokers, bloggers that are being told, this is what you have to say. We will pay.
Wait. That right there is libel and false. Nobody tells me what to say. That's why Grant got kicked off my show, actually. When Grant was actually a part of my show way back, when I tried to support him, that's actually why we got rid of him. Because he tried to control me. That's why I got rid of Riccio, because he tried to control what I was doing. That's why I'm so pissed off, is because the state police tried to do the same thing to me. They tried to control me. Nobody is controlling my show. Lady, I've given up so much to have this free speech. You don't even know, for 25 years. You have no friggin' idea. You have no friggin'. You're lucky we don't sue you, because that is such a fraudulent statement to say that anyone is telling me what to say. If you even look at the way I've covered this case, there's a reason why, like, unlike most stories that I've ever covered, I stayed away from the prime person named Karen Reed. Normally, like with the death of Lorna McMurray, when I covered the cannabis worker's death, I wanted to be as close to her family as I could. But with Karen Reed, I kept an arm's distance at all times. She actually emailed me. I maybe responded once. I really haven't followed up with her. And the reason why is because I didn't want to get too close to her. I wanted to keep my independence, even from her. So for you to say that she's telling me, or Aiden's telling me, Aiden's never told me what to do or say or anything. Aiden's not a bully. You know who's a bully, Miss? You, Miss True Wino, Crime Wino. You're a bully. You are the biggest bully. You're a liar, too. How dare you? How dare you, after what I had to put up with this year? You know exactly what they did to me. You know how we talked. You know. What a fraud.
You get out there and do it. There are a ton of them. There's Sean on the Golf. There's Young Jerks.
How dare you?
Blair, Turtle Boy, anybody in Turtle Boy's field. So then outside of that, you have people that have some integrity. And I'm not like a huge.
Not like you. You liar. You're a fraud. I'm done with her. I am so done with her. All right, let's read the comments. I haven't looked at your comments at all yet. I'm just Rhea, thank you so much for becoming a member tonight. Rhea gifted one Young Jerks membership as well. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for finding me last minute tonight on YouTube. She has poof here. Yeah. Oh, true wino. That's who it is. Who is this shit? It's True Wino. Like when Mike goes off on a rant. Oh. Yeah, she is. And it's funny too, because what they do when they project so often, you always have to wonder, like, if you're calling us paid PR agents and we're not, and you're saying that we're being told what to say and do, and we're not, well, who's telling you what to say and do, Miss True Wino? And I think what's going to be, I'm so pumped up and looking forward to, is I really starting to believe that the truth is going to come out on a lot of this shit. Like before I didn't. I think I was more like Aiden. Nothing's going to ever happen. But the more and more I look into this shit, I think shit's going to come out. And we've already know that Coffin Daffer, that they enlisted her. And I already told you I have sources as well that show that it was Grant Smith Ellis, Kevin, Coffin Daffer, Gretchen Voss, and KP. Kate Peters, the one that threatened me. That was the media team that Traub and the district attorney and Tully organized to put out their narrative, to control that group of people. And I think it's going to come out. I think it's going to bite them all right, because she's projecting. Nobody is telling us what to say. Who's telling her what to say? Who's giving her talking points? So tomorrow is going to be a huge day. I am so pumped up for tomorrow. This Labor Day event, it's going to be huge, huge. It starts tomorrow morning all over the world. Some places are starting at 9. Most events are between 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. your local time. But you can check it. It's free Karen Reed standouts. Free Karen Reed. No, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Karen Reed standouts.com. I'm going to put it on the screen right now so you can see it. But I'm going to be there tomorrow. Definitely going to be there at one of the locations, maybe even two if I get my shit together and I can work out the timing. But there it is. Free Karen Reed standouts.com. That's the website. If you go here, just click this weekly standouts, and tomorrow is the big Labor Day. It's international. It's all, not just Massachusetts, not just nationwide. It's gone international. I mean, look at this list of places right here. Massachusetts, you got Attleboro tomorrow, Auburn, Boston, Bourne, Bridgewater, Cuttyhunk, Dartmouth, New Bedford, Dighton. That's where the car was. Dighton. Dedham, you know Dedham, where court is. Hanson, Holyoke, Kingston, Mass, Leominster, Middleborough, Millbury, New Bedford, Northampton, Orleans. So you got Cape, you got Western Mass, you got Central Mass, you got the South Coast, you got Palmer, you got North Shore, Peabody, and Danvers tomorrow. My neck of the woods. You got Plainville, Mass, Plymouth, Mass, Quincy, Raynham, Salem, another North Shore, Stoneham, Mass, kind of north, Taunton. That's where Karen Reed grew up, I believe. Taunton, Mass. That should be a good one. Wayland, the rich town where we used to wrestle our state tournaments. Wayland, Mass tomorrow. One of the best school systems in the country. West Roxbury tomorrow. Weymouth, again, Weymouth, South Shore. Winchester, that's where Kirk Minihane grew up. Woburn, Mass. Worcester. Saugus, South Yarmouth, Gloucester. That just got announced. Gloucester now, another North Shore. There's like 3 or 4 North Shore. This is amazing. Framingham, Mass. That's where Mark Betterow grew up. Out of state, you got Nashua, New Hampshire, Providence, Rhode Island, Chesterfield, Michigan, Dayton, Ohio, Indianapolis, Phoenix, Arizona, Salem, New Hampshire, Florence, South Carolina. Wow. Fairfield, California in the house. West Palm Beach. We got 2 locations in Florida, Bradenton and West Palm Beach, Madison, Wisconsin. Wow, big college town. And the Jersey Shore, maybe the Jersey Shore kids will show up. Charlotte, North Carolina, Fort Mill, South Carolina. That's just U.S. And now you got some Australia ones. They got postponed due to the weather, but they're going to be posting theirs as well, it looks like. So I think they're moving to Sunday, I think. So it's amazing. This is just amazing. Check out the website. See where, show up tomorrow. I want to know actually in the chat are you going to one of these? Who's listed and where are you intended to go? And if you're in the North Shore, which North Shore stop? Because I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to be tomorrow. So that's one thing I want to know tonight. What Kara Reed standout are you going to be at? This is posted on KarenReedStandouts.com. I'm just gonna put it in the chat so you guys can find it. All right. We'll post the link right now. Hold on one second. There it is. You got it. And I'll even try to pin it for a little while. Let me just do that. Let me get on YouTube. And I am fired up tonight. I got some things I want to go over too with you guys. Let me just make sure this is pinned. All right, we pinned it. You got it at the top. Boom. All right, I'm gonna read a couple super chats here. Thomas, increase the screen size. There we go. Thomas Autonomous Anonymous said $5. It says, what if any cold case where Buddy Cops Proctor and Kevin Albert bonding over according to Proctor's testimony? Was it Sandra Birchmore case? That is a good question. We don't know. We really don't know. Could be the Karen Reed case. We don't know. That'd be nice if the Canton Select Board might find out and let us know. Instead, absolute silence. Very good question. We don't know. Maybe someone in the chat knows. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. Love to know. All right. Here's another Dreamer Thinker sends $10. Says the other day a bunch of people shouted at Sean on Twitter saying he was exposing a funeral gathering. But no, it was the arrest of Farwell. Sean knows what's up. Free Karen Reed is tripling its momentum. Now, a lot of people give Sean a lot of crap because he posts out a lot of stuff and you don't always know. It's, from different sources and doesn't give you all the information. But you get an idea of the picture he's painting. And the picture he's painting is what I'm seeing. There's more here than meets the eye. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I mean, I just want to even look at this guy, Brian Joyce. I mentioned him tonight. But I was thinking, his death, too, was undetermined. Even though the media and the feds kind of pointed to suicide. But, gee, who knows? Who knows how far back this U.S. Attorney's Office? I mean, they had a case against one of the most powerful state senators in our state. He was on the House Ways and Means Committee. He was a state senator at the same time as, guess who? Guess who he was a state senator with from the same, basically the same town. They both were state senators at the same time. They were both on the Ways and Means. That means they set the budget. That means they're the most powerful people in the state, even more powerful than the governor in some ways, because they decide where the money goes, who gets what in the state budget. And one of the guys was definitely corrupt. He was taking bribes. He was taking free dry cleaning. He had all this extra money that he was using even from his campaign funds. He held a graduation party that he paid for from his campaign funds. One of the most powerful state senators, his name was Brian Joyce. And who was the state senator, the other state senator that they both got, there's a year that they both got reelected and they were unopposed and they were both on House Ways and Means. Michael Morrissey. Let's take a look at this. Let's share this one first. Town Senate is unopposed for re-election. Robert Accardi. This was published in 2008. Michael Morrissey and Brian Joyce, who represent Braintree in the state Senate, will face no opposition in either the September primary or the November election. Morrissey is running for his 9th term, and Joyce is running for his 7th. All right, here's a good quote from Brian Joyce. I'm looking forward to working with Senator Morrissey and State Rep Joseph Driscoll on behalf of Braintree seniors, school children, and taxpayers for the next 2 years, he said. Prior to being elected to the Senate, Morrissey was a state rep from 1977 to 1992. Morrissey, who serves on the Committee on Ways and Means, is the chairman of the Committee on Telecommunications, Utilities, and Energy, and the Committee on Consumer Protection and Professional Licensing. Like Morrissey, Joyce is a member of the Committee on Ways and Means. He serves as chairman of the Committee on Community Development and Small Business, as well as the vice chairman of the Bonding Capital Expenditures, State Assets, blah, blah, blah. So this guy, Brian Joyce, while he's the chairman of the Committee for Community Development and Small Business, is shaking down small businesses in his district, including a dry cleaner, where he went there every single week and had all of his clothes dry cleaned. He had a free tab with this guy for years. Shakedown. All right. So Brian Joyce, on February 17th, 2016, the FBI and IRS conducted a raid at Joyce's Washington Street law office. Joyce was under scrutiny for various ethical improprieties alleged by Boston Globe reporters, including having his campaign fund pay for his son's high school graduation party and accepting fees or discounted services from a dry cleaner in Randolph, Massachusetts. According to the FBI, the raid was part of a federal investigation, though no charges have been filed at that time. So this guy basically gets whacked in February 2016. He gets indicted federally. He's one of the most powerful state senators in the state. He's friends apparently with Michael Morrissey, who's also one of the most powerful state senators in the state. And what happens? This is very interesting right here. This is what caught my peak and why I decided to talk about this tonight. because it rings familiar with what's happening now. The Boston Globe, who actually did a pretty good job on uncovering this, there are a few things that they may have got wrong about the permitting, that they accused them of doing some things that maybe weren't quite true, but they basically got most of the story correct. But other media, other people pushed back and said that they had too close of a relationship. And they basically said that, Carmine Ortiz was making this all up. The U.S. attorney, there was pushback on the U.S. attorney for this. Just like there's been pushback on Josh Levy for trying to help out with Karen Reed, apparently. So I thought that was interesting that, it's like the game plan. This is what this guy, Joyce, he pulled some levers to get some pushback on the U.S. federal. No one does that, but Joyce did it. And you know who else has been doing it? Morrissey through his spokespeople like Kevin. Here it is. Let's read a little more. The Boston U.S. Attorney's Office has since come under increased scrutiny for abuses of power for political reasons. Many of the Globe's allegations were proven inaccurate by other journalists who expressed concern that the Globe may have knowingly printed misleading stories about Joyce. But what's interesting is none of those people said anything when he was indicted. He got indicted. And then he decided not to run for re-election. And then he ended up dead. And even his death was very strange. Let's look at this. Well, before we get there, this is what he was indicted for. He was indicted by a federal grand jury on charges he collected over $1 million in bribes and kickbacks that he laundered through his law office in another personal business. He was arrested by federal agents on December 8, 2017 for the multiple felony counts of the indictment. So if he's money laundering, I wonder if any other money was laundered through his business or other people's businesses that he helped. Now, this guy's a lawyer, too. Keep that in mind. He pleaded not guilty. It was a 102-page indictment. And then in January 2018, his former accountant was also indicted that they helped file false tax returns for Joyce, misclassing over $2 million of personal expenses as business expenses. And then this is his death. This is very interesting because on September 27th, 2018, he dies. But the day before, on September 26th, 2018, it says Joyce was involved in a single car crash when he reportedly swerved to avoid hitting a deer, crashing through a telephone pole, and finally stopping after hitting a fence. And then the next day, he was found dead in his home with no foul play suspected. In December of that year, Massachusetts state medical examiners reported Joyce's death was caused by overdose of pentobarbital and ruled the matter of death was acute pentobarbital intoxication and remains undetermined, pending a thorough death investigation. So I just wonder if the feds, thought they had a good case here. I'm sure they thought this guy was going to go to jail. They probably were hoping that he might flip on some people. And all of a sudden, he's dead. He's gone. And then there's the O'Connell, the developer, where he got caught using a child prostitute. And he was a big fundraiser and friend of Michael Morrissey. And then the young lady ends up dead. So I wonder if there could be some other witness intimidation charges coming. Let's think about those two cases right there. Brian Joyce dead. And this young lady. I mean, who knows how long the feds have been investigating Norfolk County is my point. People say, oh, it started with Sandra Birchmore, it started with Karen Reed, it started with, we don't know. It might have started back then with Brian Joyce that went nowhere. It stopped, but they still, they still kind of knew who they might be involved, that they were gonna go after, and all of a sudden something else comes up. Because I think that's the way that this Norfolk County has been operating for a long time, and I think Brian Joyce is a perfect example. And the fact is, he was sitting there with Michael Morrissey. And if you don't think Ways and Means, those guys get offered some bribes for funding, pay to play is in effect. I mean, that's what Morrissey represents to be, is the pay to play aspect. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Here's a comment right here. Richie says, I spoke to Sean and Peter about Brian Joyce a year ago. I believe they're connected. Yeah, I've always suspected there's something wrong with that. And the only reason I kind of doubt it in a way is because of the timing of it. But you never know. It just could be something that they're aware of, aware of the situation, but they never had any way to go after these people. And now they found a way. Yeah, his death was very bizarre, especially the fact that he hit a telephone pole the day before. The thing about Canton and Norfolk DA's office is it's not like a lot of the rest of the state. Like, if you really look at it, like Boston, obviously, the Boston Police Department has notoriously had a lot of corruption within. There are some other cities and towns that you can look at, like Lawrence, Massachusetts has had a lot of corruption, especially within the police. We could even maybe get into some of that in the future. There's been a few tips that have come in about that. There's also like Holyoke and Springfield have had major police issues as well. There's other towns we could look at. Braintree, obviously had some issues. And when you look at a place like I said, Braintree, where Morrissey and Quincy's another area, it's all within the same area, that South Shore, almost Irish Riviera section of Massachusetts is a lot different than the rest. Like, if you look at the North Shore, or even Middlesex County, or even like the Merrimack Valley, it's just different. That little enclave in Norfolk County, in my opinion. And I think it's really different because of just who lives there and what kind of culture there is, and how many cops actually live there, and how many townies. It's such a much stronger towny culture than, say, even the North Shore, where I grew up, where a lot of people would used to say you're not a real townie unless your grandfather was born here. And that's common within a lot of small towns in Massachusetts and a lot of small towns everywhere, right? But in Canton, and especially Norfolk County, it's even more. It's like 10 times stronger. And I think the reason why, it's just who lives there. You don't have a lot of colleges over there. You don't have a lot of biotech. You don't have a lot of high tech, in my opinion, over there. It's kind of like those are the jobs: police, town. It's a suburb. It's Irish. It's 3 generations of cops. You don't see that in a lot of other towns. You don't see a 3-generation cop family like as a regular thing. So Canton is definitely different, and it's always been that way. Like, even when I went to Bridgewater State College, a lot of the kids that I went to school with were from that area, the South Shore kids, and especially around that Quincy Braintree area. I know dudes who I went to college with who were like, I'm making contributions so I get this job. Like that. That's how the political culture works there. There's certain dudes, if you fundraise for them, if you campaign, if you carry a sign, you're getting a job later. A no-show job often too. Like that's how the system works in that area. It's just a different mentality. So I'm pretty optimistic these days. I think this is going to be exposed more and more as it goes on. I really do. I know dudes. I went to school with these kids. Like, I went to school with Kelleher, you know, perfect example. There were a lot of Canton kids at Bridgewater State, a lot of Quincy kids. Well, one of my best friends, Quincy kid. I hung out with a lot of Archbishop Williams kids, Archies. Yeah, there was also what's the school that Chris went to? Oh man, I can't remember the name of it. Zavarian Brothers. Yeah, a lot of Catholic, South Shore. There was some kids from Cambridge, like the Matt and Young. I got a Matt and Young suite mate at one time, but so many of those kids were from like Quincy, Canton, um, Hingham, Hull. All those Situate. But that's the culture up there. It's pay to play is a mentality. Yeah. Chris was Zavarian Brothers. Yeah, Archbishop Williams. I had a lot of friends from Bridgewater. Jimmy and I'm not gonna say the last names because I don't know, kind of pushback they get, but a bunch of them. Bridgewater. Yeah. Richie says, Mike, you are so on it. Thank you so much, Richie. Really appreciate that. I was thinking about even taking some phone calls tonight. I still want to know where you guys are going to be. If anyone's going to these Canton standouts, where you're going to be tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. And I'm not even saying that we know there's anything going back there, but I do research. I follow up stuff and see what shakes out. And I think the reason I want to bring this up tonight about Brian Joyce and even that real estate developer, because I've seen the whispers about them and I've looked into both of them and it's like, geez, there could be something there. So I just suggest people do more research. Like, that's why I bring it up tonight. I want to, because I know the power of this audience and this movement. And the fact is, when you talk about something, people will dig up more material about it. So what I was looking for today, what I would love to see is, do we have any pictures of Michael Morrissey with Brian Joyce? That would be cool to find. Do we have any videos of them? Let's see what we can find on Brian Joyce and Michael Morrissey, for one. I would love to see if we could find more info on them. I'm just trying to crowdsource, I guess, I think it works. Oh, look, Jody's going to be at PBD in Danvers. I might be there early. We'll see. I'm going to try. Depends how early I can get there. Catholic Memorial. I know a lot of CM guys too. Yeah, definitely. We don't consider anything above Hingham the South Shore. See, it's true. I don't know all the geography like that. I just know it from kids I went to Bridgewater with. It's so funny. Like, most of those times, I've been to Quincy, I've been to Braintree, but like I've been to Situate. I've never been to like Nantastic Beach. How many times I talk about that? Or even like Hull. I've never been there. Never been to Hull. I went to Situate as a kid a few times, but like most of these places I've never actually been to. But I went to school with all those kids, so they're like, "Where's Byfield? Where's Newbury? Where's Triton? What the hell is that?" I'd be like, "What's Nantasket Beach? You guys know where Ipswich is?" Yeah. That's the thing, too. This guy's been in office since the late 70s. Do you know how shady it was in the late 70s? And he hasn't changed. And you can see that. And it's so goddamn obvious now. And I really do think that the feds, that their target is Michael Morrissey. I'm convinced of it. And I think that he knows it too. And if I was David Traub, instead of trying to set people up, instead of trying to come after like journalists like me for reporting news, instead of like trying to recruit journalists, you should be probably calling the FBI. Because I have a feeling you've been there so long, Traub. You know a lot. And you probably got some liability there, bro. That's the other thing I want to talk about today. Who do you think is ratting? Who do you think has talked? I mean, I love what Michelle McPhee wrote, because I've been hearing about this for a while. The whispers that some of the Canton police may have doubted the official suicide narrative of Birchmore. And she was saying that she had heard that it was Gallagher. Gallagher may have done the right thing on this. Paul Gallagher, even though he didn't do the right thing on Karen Reed, he may have done the right thing on Sandra Birchmore. I think that's where it's going to get very interesting to see if anybody's talking, who is actually sharing information. Imagine if Tully ended up flipping, or Proctor, or I think we're going to see some of this shit happen, or Fanning. And I'd be nervous. And whatever Kevin or Grant or whatever they want to say, it's like, dudes, we've been right. You guys said it was just Proctor. Now it looks like it's just Fanning. Huh? You just wanted to talk about Proctor? What about Fanning? What about Guarino? What about Buchanan? What about Tully? What about Morrissey? What about David Traub? I wonder if any of them will flip. Because right now they're all radioactive. Every single name I said there is radioactive, like beyond. So you said it was one cop, not one cop. It's a whole nest of them. And it's Norfolk County. And it's Copland. And it's just like Betterow says, Jake, it's Chinatown. It's not like anywhere else. It's not how we do things here. And this is a good comment right there. Our governor hasn't said a word. That's what we need to do too. When this lady runs for re-election, we need to show up at every event, put the camera on the iPhone right in front of her and say, hey, Mara, what are you going to do about the police corruption starting with Karen Reed and Sandra Birchmore? What have you done? Are you compromised? Did you date a state police officer and that's why you won't talk about them? Are you a badge bunny, Mara Healy? Is that why? They want to use the word badge bunny. Let's use it on Mara Healy. Is Mara Healy a badge bunny? Is that why she doesn't want to talk about Sandra Birchmore? Is that why she doesn't want to talk about Karen Reed? That's why she didn't want to talk about Fanning and Tully and Buchanan and the harassment that they've done? Is that why they don't want to talk about the police corruption, about the DA's office? So, yeah, we need to get all over Mara. Same thing with the Attorney General. They've said nothing. So what are they going to do? Why haven't they already announced that they're doing some type of commission to look into this? Independent people. Let's do a nationwide search for the greatest audit team ever to go through the Mass State Police and tell us what's wrong and how to fix it. And let's remove this Norfolk County State Police group from the DA's office. Let's sever that. That needs to end. Michael Morrissey should not have this group of corrupt police under his watch. Mara Healy could take that away. Mara Healy could say, you know what? You're not getting any more state police, dude. There's something wrong here until we do an investigation and figure out how and why and what's wrong here. Thank you, Kylo Bear. And Kylo Bear said 1999, said, love your show. Thank you so much. Yeah, the MSP is sadistic. I mean, is it the campaign money? Maybe that's what we should be hammering them on. Attorney General and Mass Governor Healy, are you getting too much campaign money from the Mass State Police? Is that why you don't want to criticize them? Pay to play? Is that what's going on here? You can't give up the campaign donors? You had me at DA corruption, says Glenn Lake. Yeah. I mean, I think it's very obvious that's the Fed's number one target. And I think they sent a clear message that most of the media hasn't picked up on. The message is, this is what real witness intimidation looks like. What Aiden Carney did, what the Canton Nine did, that's not witness intimidation. This, what Matthew Farwell did, that is witness intimidation. And that's what they charged him with. So think about that. That was a clear message. They could have gone after Farwell probably some other ways, but they chose witness intimidation as being one of the main thrusts of their case. And it's accurate. It's exactly what he did. But it just shows you how fake the Norfolk County DA's office is. Because what Matthew Farwell did to Sandra Birchmore is nothing like what Aiden has done to anybody. All right, what I'm going to do right now, I haven't done this in a while. Don't call yet. Don't call yet. But I'm going to try to turn on my phone lines. And I'm just going to ask that if you call me, I want to know. Number one, I only want calls right now from people who are considering going to a Karen Reed standout tomorrow. And I want to know where you're going and why. All right, I think we're connected. Yes, we are. So if you want to call in, the telephone number is at the bottom of the screen scrolling across. It's 978-560-3155. I want to know if you got a comment on Senator Birchmore, if you got a comment on Karen Reed, if you're going to the Karen Reed standout tomorrow. I want to know what town where are you going to be standing out tomorrow? And please, right now it's 9:41 p.m. Eastern time. Don't be calling me at 12:41 a.m. Watching this on replay later. I don't want to have to turn my phone off tonight. That's what always happens is I get way more calls after the show's over. But let's see. Here we go. I know we get a call. Hi, you're live on the air. Who's calling?
My name's Barbie.
Barbie.
Yes.
Like the Barbie movie?
From Tennessee. I don't know about that. I haven't seen it. Yes, sir.
And so what do you have for us tonight from Tennessee?
Well, I can't get out because I'm disabled and in a wheelchair, but I'm going to decorate my car and drive around aimlessly with a tank of gas.
Awesome. That sounds awesome. Are you going to take pictures?
And I think I will. I'll take a few pictures. I don't know how to do a lot of stuff, but I'll try to get something on a Facebook post or something on, like John O'Keefe's.
Yeah, the Justice for Group. And I'll send them to me too if you can.
Yeah.
Do you follow us on Twitter or Facebook there?
I don't. I just barely know how to do YouTube.
Well, if you can find us, look us up, the Young Jerks. Like we're definitely taking pictures tomorrow from anyone that's supporting Karen Reed. I want to be posting a lot of pictures from tomorrow, especially all across, or video, especially all across the country.
That'd be great. I mean, I'm going to drive from Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, and Illinois, I think, because I'm right in that corner.
Wow.
And just, like spread the word. I've told everybody I'm from Seattle originally, but, I've told my sisters up there, I've told everybody I can tell to watch this stuff. And I'm so happy about Sandra. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy that guy is behind bars. And I just know the feds are going to get the rest of these dinglings, boneheads, the McAlberts and all. I'd be shaking in my boots if I was them.
What would you say to the DA if you could talk to him right now, Michael Morrissey?
That he's a disgrace. He needs to resign, and just a fat fuck. Excuse my language.
I don't like to go after people's looks, but yeah, that I'll take it, and I appreciate your call. That's a good first call from Tennessee. Thank you so much calling tonight, Barbie.
Well, it's nationwide, and Karen deserves this, and we just love her over here.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that support. You have fun tomorrow driving around. I want some updates. Let us know how it goes tomorrow for you.
Thank you. I get a few honks.
Awesome. Thank you so much for calling tonight.
Take care, y'all.
You too.
Okay, bye.
Bye now. Y'all, I love that. She was great. That was a good first time call for her we got a call from Tennessee. We got a 781. This is a little closer to home.
First time call for her. Got a call from Tennessee.
Hey, you're live on the air, but you got to turn off your computer. We can hear it in the background. Hi, who's calling?
Hi, it's Cynthia from Woburn. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Cynthia from Woburn. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. So we're doing a standout over 93 tomorrow in Stoneham. We like to get the cars going back to the South Shore. So we're just about 12 miles north of Boston, and we'll be on the bridge, Paul and I.
I know exactly
doing
where that
our
is.
thing.
Yeah, Marble Street.
I know
right?
you know.
Yeah.
Come see us.
I used to have an Aunt Mary over there in Stoneham way back. She's passed away, but that used to be a trip we'd make.
It's close for us because we're in Stoneham, but we're not going to do the center. We prefer the bridge. We like to think maybe there's some people driving back to Canton.
Absolutely.
That see our signs.
That's beautiful.
Yep.
I love it. And why did you decide to support Karen Reed?
Oh, we've been supporting since Aiden broke the story. We believe in her innocence, 100%.
And what would your message be to the governor of Massachusetts, your governor? What would you want her to tell her?
Wake up. Wake up, Mara.
Excellent. And what do you think about Turtle Boy still facing charges right now?
I think it's a shame, and I think it's time to free Turtle Boy.
Absolutely. Well, I really appreciate your call. This is your first time calling?
Yes, I'm glad I could get through.
Awesome. Have you been listening to the show for a while now?
Oh, yes. We met you back at the Canton 9 standout at the police station.
Oh, really?
So we've been following you for a while. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. It's been a whirlwind. I remember that standout. That day it's like the first day I actually met a bunch of people. It was just amazing.
That was a great day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for calling and listening and watching from Woburn. Do you know the Woburn Tanners?
You bet. Yes, I do. We're born and raised here.
So you're a Woburn Tanner townie. Do you know Spaz? Do you know Spaz?
Spaz, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
His brother was a good wrestler.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, Spaz was too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Woburn guys because we used to wrestle Woburn, and there's another kid, Carboni, Carbone, Johnny Carbone, you know him?
Well, It's a big family, yes, and Woburn Carboni is.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was a North Andover wrestler too. I can't remember if he went to Woburn first or North Andover first because I know he was at both schools, and I remember my brother wrestled him a few times. He was a good wrestler.
Excellent.
Yeah. Thank you so much for calling. I love talking about Woburn. I gotta ask you another guy too. I got a couple more people. Do you know a kid named Brian Donovan? I'm bringing up all these names from my past. Brian Donovan from Woburn High. Do you know him? He was a wrestling captain in high school.
I do remember the Donovan family. He has a
his
brother.
Yeah.
Who had a very bad accident.
He did. That's his
Is that
brother.
the same
I was
family?
friends. Yes, it was. Because I went to Bridgewater State with Brian. Brian didn't wrestle at Bridgewater State, but he wrestled in high school at Woburn High. And his brother did too.
Very
and
good family.
I met the priest, the father, oh God, what was his name?
I forget.
I think it was Father John.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
John, that's what it is.
He
I think
showed
it
up
is
at my
John,
wrestling
yes.
meet. I met him at like the football game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So yeah.
Uh-huh.
I love the Woburn. I got
Very
a lot of
cool.
Woburn connections through wrestling, especially.
Ah, good.
Yeah. So thank you for calling. We're reminiscing live on the air. I love this. Thank you so much for calling.
Yes.
Cynthia.
Have a great day tomorrow.
You too. Enjoy Woburn. Or
Stoneham.
Stoneham Woburn line, right?
Yeah, right over 93, the Marble Street Bridge.
Awesome. I hope people beep at you when they go by.
Yeah, we usually have a lot of people going into town.
Oh
so
yeah, that's a well-traveled area.
Yes, it is. We like it.
Thank you so much for calling tonight, Cynthia. Great. Is your first time calling tonight, right?
Okay, Mike.
Yeah.
First time to call you, yes.
Phenomenal first time call, Cynthia. Call again. Thank you so much for watching and calling in tonight.
You're welcome. Take care, Mike.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. We're the Young Jerks, and we're taking phone calls. 978-560-3155. I don't do this a lot, but why not tonight? I want to find out, especially people standing out who are doing the Karen Reed thing tomorrow. I want to hear from you. Who's calling? Oh, turn down your radio.
Hello.
Turn down your yep. Anyone who calls in tonight, please turn off what you're watching it on before you call in.
I have it. I'm watching it on everything.
Thank you so much.
The iPad,
as soon as you get
television.
off the phone, turn it all back on for us.
Okay.
So who's
I
calling?
watched it earlier. I saw you. My name is Karen.
Hi, Karen.
And I'm from the North Shore.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I'm happy that Karen Reed made the Karen name better.
That's right.
We were taking some hit for a few years. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to remember the original Karen, but yeah, there was some bad Karens out there.
But I wanted to call. I'm from the North Shore all my life, and I live on Revere Beach. And I love that they're doing a lot of North Shore tomorrow because it's always been South Shore. And I'll probably be able to make it to Saugus and Stoneham. There's one in Peabody. So I could just drive that whole route. So I'm really excited that there's something local. Well, local for us North Shore people.
Yeah. I'm like overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to make a decision now. Do I go to Peabody or Salem or Stoneham or like you said, Saugus?
I know, me too. Same.
Where am I going to go?
You know, I was thinking, I wish I had a banner.
There's also now Gloucester. There's also Gloucester too now.
Oh my God.
Before we had none, now we have like 5 of them.
I know it. This is amazing. I live on Revere Beach. In my condominium complexes, there's a rotary right in front of me that starts the beach. If you're coming from Lynn.
Yeah, I know.
And I wish I had a big banner. I'd sit out there. I'd just sit out there with a banner. There's so much traffic.
That's a perfect location.
Isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of state police too.
Oh yeah, stadies are all over the place.
All over the place down there.
I know. Yep, they were on horseback all day today.
Oh yeah, this is a big weekend for them.
A big weekend, overtime. That's how they look at it.
Yeah. What would you
know? It's always the captains and the sergeants. You know, it's never the little guys because they get like triple overtime.
Yeah, they rake it in.
They sure do.
It's like Chief Rafferty.
But
She's in the Putnam Club at
Oh,
the Patriots game. She only does
disgusting.
yeah, she gets the VIP treatment up there.
When I see that this the captain, the chief, they're doing these gigs when there's a young, perhaps maybe a young trooper that just came on the force, raising a family, that could use those details, you know?
Yep.
They don't give them up. Or even like 4th of July at the Esplanade, they don't give that up. And their salaries are outrageous. Why don't they give it to the new kid that's young, who has babies? Not them. Nope.
Yeah,
And it's what you said.
a lot of it.
It's the same with Healy.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
it's like they get to decide who gets the gravy.
Mara, exactly. And why won't Mara Healy say anything? Mara Healy is owned. And, you know, I was going to say with all due respect, but I don't have a lot for her. I mean, she's not giving up those donations. This woman wants to remain in that office. She's not going to give up the contributions from all of those state troopers and state workers, and she's not going to chance that. Can you imagine being quiet about the Sandra Byrne? I mean, about that case? It's insane.
Absolutely.
But it's also very telling. It's very telling that she doesn't say a word. I don't know why she doesn't know that, but we all know it. You know.
Do you think we'll see a day?
Contributions.
Yeah. Do you think we'll ever see a day when Michael Morrissey is under indictment?
You know what? I heard you on the panel earlier, and you said you're sure of it. And I thought to myself,
I'm not sure, but I feel more sure.
Well, yeah, so do I, because that big fat, and then when I say pig, I mean just the way he just absorbs everything he can get. He just has been sucking it all in for years. He is the head of the snake. Why wouldn't they be looking at him? This isn't just about Sandra's case. This is Karen Reed. This is just, I mean, the Proctor. Everything's been exposed. This is him. I kind of think you're right. Well, I'm with you thinking, yeah, maybe it's high time. And no one in the state's going to do it. Not even the voters, apparently. So maybe the feds will.
Thank you so much for calling tonight, Karen. No, sure.
I'm glad I did. Oh, you know what I wanted to tell you? One little thing. I know JFK really well and his wife.
Oh, nice. Good dude.
Yeah,
Randy.
they're from this area. Yeah, he's great. And he's been getting even better. But, and I saw him on your show, and now I subscribe to him. But he's a friend.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that he's a part of this and that you've promoted him.
Yeah, I met him way back, and I have a lot of musician friends. I used to book bands and things like that. So I love the creative ones, and I especially love the ones that have some fire, like
Well, he sure does.
Yeah, like for building people and community and all that, and he just cares.
Oh
like
yeah,
he
does.
So I'm glad I could be part of that. It's great to see him doing well with this and see him doing other shows and things. So I love it. Thank you so much for calling tonight, Karen. Great call.
All right, thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it.
Call again. North Shore Unite. I love that. We're North Shore people.
All righty.
I'm lifelong like you. I never
Karen
leave.
Reed.
Yeah.
No, me neither. I figure if I'm going to live on the North Shore, I might as well be on the beach, right?
There you go. I love it.
Well, Mike, it was really nice talking to you, and thanks again for answering.
You too. Thank you so much, Karen. Have a great night.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Oh, we've had some great calls. I think it's all women so far. Yeah, Karen, Cynthia, and Barbie, right? Did I miss one? Oh, here's another one. I love that we have a lot of women listening, watching. We got a 508 number. Who's calling?
Hi, this is.
You sounded good, but then you faded. Who's calling?
It's Kylo Bear.
Oh, Kylo Bear. How you doing, bro?
I am good. I'm talking to you from Lima, Peru tonight.
Peru. Whoa. What's that like?
So I won't be doing this. Well, there won't be any standouts tomorrow, but I'll be there in spirit.
What's it like living in Lima, Peru? I just want to know.
It's quite nice.
Bet it's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Are they? Are you?
Question for you, and then. No, I apologize. Please go ahead.
I was going to ask you. Are you American?
Yeah, I grew up in Framingham,
Oh, so you
and
grew up
a
in
friend of mine
Framingham.
had.
Yeah. How did you end up in?
A friend of mine had notified me. Through work. Yeah, but toward the end of the trial, a friend of mine had said, "Look, you got to pay attention to this. This is crazy." And when he was explaining it to me, it sounds very hard to believe. And then over time, I actually watched, thanks to YouTube, all of the cross-examination done by Alan Jackson and Yannetti. When I went to explain it to someone else, I stopped myself because it's not believable. And it's funny on one hand, but it's extremely sad. My question for you is, I'm very pro-police, and I like to see the good in everyone. And I know the narrative, and it's still what I believe at this point, is that there's more good cops than bad. My question is, where are all the good cops? Because I firmly believe a good cop who looks the other way is just as guilty as the corrupt ones. And I know there's some fear about talking out, but if it's true that the majority are good cops, it's a little bit surprising to me, and maybe there's reasons that I'm not aware of, but it's a little surprising to me that they don't band together and protect each other and weed out the bad cops.
There is a political culture, within the cops. There's no doubt about it that a fair. It's funny because where I grew up on the North Shore, there was an incident with the Salisbury police chief up here, where he was grooming teenagers, basically teenage girls, giving them illegal prescription drugs, and a task force was formed behind his back with some of his own police officers participating to take him down, and they got rid of him. And I just saw, like, some of the cops that were involved in that I went to high school with. So I was proud of them. Like, wow, they took down their own police chief for doing this to young children, so good for them. But I always wondered if some of those police officers that stood up to their chief suffered later in their career. I would love to. Some of those guys I haven't talked.
Valid point.
Yeah, and I haven't talked, like, I actually I have seen a couple of them, but I never actually brought it up. It wasn't the right situation, So, but I would love to know, like, if that affected their career, because I think that's reality. Like, and I think, like, what we're seeing a lot of is the good cops are dropping tips behind the scenes. They're not gonna come on this show and talk about it. They're not gonna, even go to Levy necessarily, but they might send some stuff to Sean McDonough behind the scenes. And that's what I think the good cops are basically doing.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm a huge fan of your show. I hope you personally know what you're doing. It's really honorable, and you are doing the right thing, and you are making a difference. And you're not just entertaining and a great place for a wonderful community to listen to your show, but you are making a difference, and you allow a resource for the rest of us who, maybe want to make a difference but can't, donate or just join a community, because I think we are all watching this corruption. We all want to change, and it's a very difficult thing. And I just wanted to say thank you, and I'll hang up and listen to the rest of the show. Thanks,
Thank
Mike.
you so much, Kylo Bear. Thank you for supporting what I'm doing too, because I see your donations, and you bought the most memberships anyone's ever bought. Gifted 50 memberships like a couple of weeks ago here, and I was like blown away. So thank you so much. Like that, when you're a creator, that means a lot to you when you get the support. I got to tell you, like, it keeps you going a lot of times because we have our ups and then we have our downs, just like, musicians do. And anyone that's in this kind of where you're on, you get all amped up, you have a great show, and then it's hard to sleep. And the next day you're kind of down. It's such a weird thing. So it's the support that you guys give us that makes it like even, that makes you want to even do it more. That people, it means something. And for me, it's like I don't think I could do anything else. Like, it gives my shitty life like some value. Like, that's what I feel like. Like, wow, like, people are responding. It's a good thing. We're doing good work together. I feel value in it too. So I appreciate every one of you. And thank you for calling and watching and donating. And I really appreciate you calling in from Peru tonight.
Okay. Take care, my friend.
Thank you. It's great. Having some good calls tonight. I need to check the chat. Do you guys like the phone calls? I want to know. Are you enjoying the calls or not? I'm going to take another one. Ooh, we got a 978. This might be a North Shore. Hi, who's calling?
This is Jody calling from Peabody.
Jody from Peabody. Wow. Now you're talking. I used to be a substitute school teacher at Peabody Veterans High School.
Oh, I live right near there, but I'm a Fenwick girl. I went to Fenwick.
Oh, my sister went to Fenwick. Yeah, I went to public school. My half sister, my younger sister, she got the special treatment and went to Fenwick.
Crusader. There you go.
Yeah. Awesome.
I'm watching you on the live. I'm watching you on the Facebook Live because I'm having problems with my YouTube. It won't let me chat. I'm not sure why, but anyway.
It's funny because we had a call from a Woburn guy, a Woburn lady tonight, a lady from Woburn. And I asked her, are you a Woburn Tanner? Now I could say, are you a Peabody Tanner?
Well, my kids went to Peabody High, but I went to Fenwick. So
are they still the Peabody Tanners?
They are. They are.
That's funny. So the only two towns I think anywhere that have the Tanners, I got them tonight, Woburn and Peabody.
Exactly. I don't know any other ones either.
I love it. I know a bunch of Peabody kids, and my family, a lot of them grew up in Danvers. So, I know.
Oh, nice.
I've been going to North Shore Mall my whole life. What?
We organized the standout tomorrow on the Danvers Peabody line. So,
that's perfect. That little McDonald's there?
Yep.
You know how many times I've eaten there? Not in a long time, but when I was a kid, my grandparents lived right around, right there, basically, a little.
Okay.
Yeah, that area in Danvers.
And you grew up, you said, in Beverly? No.
I was born in Beverly, but
No.
I grew up further. When I was a kid, we moved around a lot in the beginning. Salem, Danvers, Salem a couple times. The kind of the hood, actually. And then we moved north.
I used to work in Salem. Yeah.
Yeah, my family moved more north. I grew up in like Byfield, Newbury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my dad lived in Lynn.
My whole life.
So yeah. So I mean, it was all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got family all over the. You went to North Shore. You know how it is.
Absolutely. I have cousins down the South Shore, and you always have which is better, North Shore or South Shore.
North Shore,
I have to say North Shore wins every time.
Yeah, much more life
they're
up
starting
here.
to say it now too.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Who's got more
we
artists?
did it at 9 tomorrow. Hope to see you guys. You got more? More what?
I said, who's got more artists? Like musicians, and I'd say North Shore by far.
Oh, absolutely. Everything is better in the North Shore.
Yeah. We got roast beef. They're not got roast beef down there. What do they got? Some bar pizza. Right. The bar pizza is pretty good, but it ain't no roast beef. So you're going to be at the.
Do you have a favorite roast beef?
Yeah. You're going to be at 114 on the bridge there.
We did it at 9 in case people wanted to do 2 different places. So we did it a little bit earlier. So.
Awesome. I might hit that one. I might be there. If I am, I might be there at 9 a.m.
Well, I will definitely look for you. I'll be with my daughter, and we'll definitely look for you and hope to see you.
Awesome. I really appreciate you calling in. Jody, right?
Jody, yep. Jody from Peabody.
Jody from Peabody. I love it. I love meeting North Shore people. Look for me.
Right.
You never know. We might see each other out and about, even beyond tomorrow. Well,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you, Mike.
I thank you for calling. One last question I've been asking everyone tonight.
Sure.
What would you tell Maura Healey, the governor? You're governor right now. What should she be doing?
Oh, I don't know if I should be saying it on live. I have no respect for her at all, so I'll just leave it at that. I don't think I would say anything nice to her.
Is there anything that you think she should be doing about this Senator Birchmore and Karen Reed case?
Oh, I think she should have her head pulled right out of the sand real quick and address it to the entire state. I mean, it's disgraceful and disgusting. That's all I can say. She hasn't said anything, and she has to pull her head out of the sand. Everyone's watching.
Thank you, Jody. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Hope to see you tomorrow. All right. Have a great night.
You too. Bye now.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Well, more great calls. Getting a lot of North Shore calls. I love it. All right. We're going to take a South Shore call, I believe. I'm not sure. It's where? Or that could be Western Mass. I'm not sure, actually. Hey, where are you calling from? Who's calling?
Melanie from Warren, Mass.
Melanie from where?
Warren.
Warren. W-A-R.
Close to Palmer.
It's close to what?
W-A-R-R-E-N. Close to Palmer.
Palmer.
Kind of halfway between Worcester and Springfield.
That's right. That's a kind of like nether area that I don't really know, but I know I've been there, some of those towns, but yeah.
Well, we're having a standout
out
in
west,
Palmer tomorrow.
You're doing a standout where?
Right. In Palmer.
In Palmer.
On the Flint Street overpass over the turnpike. So hopefully we'll get a lot of people to show up.
Love it. And why have you decided to support Karen Reed in Palmer, Mass?
Well, we've been supporting Karen Reed right along. My friend and I have gone out to Taunton to one of the fundraisers there, but we haven't been able to get out to too many other things, but we support in any way that we can. So, because she is factually innocent.
Excellent. I love it.
Yeah. So, and you're wonderful too. And thank you for all that you do. We watch you often, and we need people like you to keep things going, and so that everybody knows what's going on.
I hope so. I just want to address one person. They just had a question about in our chat about this nationwide listing for the standouts tomorrow. We pinned it. It's the top comment in the YouTube chat. So if you go to the top of the YouTube chat, you can see the click. It's KarenReedStandouts.com. Click on that and it'll show you all the standouts nationwide. All right. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure we directed them. We want to get as many people doing this tomorrow as possible. So you're going to be in Palmer tomorrow, Palmer, Mass.
We are. We're on the list.
You're on the list. You can find it KarenReedStandouts.com. What would you say to the governor? If the governor was watching tonight, what would you tell her?
What your last phone-in person said is basically what I feel. She needs to address this. I can't understand how it has gone this far, and my heart goes out to Karen and her family for having to bear such awful stuff, and it's just wrong. So it's been too long, and hopefully it will be over soon for them in the way that it should be.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for all you do. We will keep watching you, and everybody else. We love you. We love Sean. We love Turtle Boy. We love LTL, Glare. We love them all.
Awesome.
So thank you for everything you do.
Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you're going to be out there tomorrow doing the standout and watching the show and calling. Thank you so much. First time caller?
I am a first time caller, but I have messaged you on Twitter.
You
so
have?
We've, yes, I have.
What's your account? Do I know it?
I'll message you again.
Okay, you'll message me. You didn't say, I don't think you said your name. I just heard Palmer.
Mel.
Mel. M-E-L. Mel. I like Mel. That's perfect. Thank you for
really
calling,
Melanie,
Mel.
but have a good night.
You
Bye.
too. Bye now. Getting some fun calls. Oh, here's a good comment. Nick Nack says, I'll be at the standout with Lisa Reed in Chesterfield, Michigan, 12 to 2. Anyone in Michigan, check the standout on the website to get directions and come by. Love. So yeah, you can find standouts for Karen Reed all across the nation tomorrow. Karen Reed standouts.com is the website. We pinned it at the top of our YouTube chat. Just scroll to the very top and you'll see it there, and you can click on it and see where the standouts. They're all across the country, actually. Hi, you're on the show. Who's calling?
Hey, Mike, it's Reality Check.
Reality Check. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. So we are doing ours on I-95 at the Florence exit, right by Buc-ee's. We're also probably going to end up going and hitting a second one at Fort Mill.
And this is South Carolina,
anybody
right?
in the South Carolina?
That's right. Make sure people know you're talking South Carolina. Love it.
Yes, sir. And if you were a Karen Reed sign, what would you be? What would you say?
I don't know. What is this, a joke?
No, I'm asking. I want to know what you would put on a Karen Reed sign.
What would I put on it?
For a standout.
I'd probably just say justice for Karen Reed, and or free Karen Reed and justice for Sandra Birchmore. You know, something like that. I don't know. Keep it simple.
Okay. I'm looking for ideas because I'm going to continue to make signs. We're not stopping with Labor Day. We're going to continue to do them down here in South Carolina.
How about lock up Proctor? How about jail Morrissey? Jail, jail for Morrissey.
I like that.
Yeah, you know, it's little things like that. Where's Chloe is always
absolutely.
Where's Chloe? Where's Chloe?
I'm wondering if all this other stuff that's disappeared is with Chloe.
I wonder where Chloe actually went.
Well, according to Nicole, she can be gotten. We'll find out.
Yeah. Here's a good one. You could write jerks for Karen. Jurks. I like that one. That's a good sign right there.
There you go.
I would like to see that sign tomorrow.
That is probably the most original.
I need someone
most
to
original.
bring that sign tomorrow. Jerks for Karen. You can use my logo
I've
too.
still got signs.
Yeah.
I got you, Mike. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you so much. Reality Check. I'm glad you called. It's your first time calling.
Yes, sir.
I hope you have a great standout tomorrow in South Carolina.
We're going to. It's going to be hot, but we're going to have fun.
Enjoy and send us some video again.
Absolutely.
Awesome. We're nationwide, worldwide tomorrow. I love it. Thank you so much for calling.
Absolutely. Have a great night. Love y'all. Free Karen Reed.
Free Karen Reed, indeed. Thank you so much, Reality Check. So we're the Young Jerks. We're taking phone calls. I am 978-560-3155 if you want to call it, especially if you're going to be at a standout tomorrow for Karen Reed. I'm looking to speak to you. Jerks for Justice. I like that one. Here's another one. Recall the meatball. See, we're coming. Our chat has such good ideas on signs here. I love it. Hi, who's calling?
Hey, it's Mary B.
Mary B.
Yes.
How you doing? Are you gonna be at a standout tomorrow?
Yes. Tomorrow, I will be at the Marlboro Labor Day Parade. I was actually bummed that I couldn't do like a standout because I have to go to this every year with my family. So I just made a whole bunch of signs and I'm giving them out, and we're going to be holding up signs tomorrow.
Awesome. So you're making your own standout at the Marlboro Day Parade.
Yeah, it's a big, it's like the biggest in the area parade. So there's a lot of politicians that are running for re-election that walk in it. So I figure get some awareness out there.
Oh, yeah. See if you can get any politicians to take a picture with you with a sign or, something like that. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I'll definitely see how they react to it. So hopefully we get some support.
Awesome. Well, that's a good idea. This is Massachusetts too, Marlboro, Mass.
Yeah. Yeah. It's in Middlesex County.
Yeah.
I'm in Worcester right now, but
I've been to Marlboro. I once had a show.
Okay.
I once had a show booked at a club called I think Sneakers. It was. Do you remember that
Sneakers?
place? And
I remember.
The show would have been like booming too, and the jackass canceled.
Yeah.
Like I had like pretty good bands. Like he would have made money that night. The guy's a moron. He canceled, and then I posted a blog about him, and he got mad. He got really, he got really mad about the blog, and it's like, dude, you just fucked me over. Like with bands I booked and confirmed my reputation, and to book some shitty cover bands, like cut the shit.
Yeah, probably.
So I'm in Marlboro.
Yep. So
They
we'll
also
be there.
Marlboro had some good wrestling too back in the day.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I actually went to school at Hudson Catholic, but we didn't do sports.
Wrestle. Hudson wrestles, don't they? I don't know if the Catholic
public schools.
Yeah, the public school definitely
didn't do any of that.
Yeah, not the Catholics.
Nope.
Excellent. Well, I really appreciate it. I'm glad that you're going to be at the parade tomorrow. And like I said, if you could send me pictures of video on Twitter, do you follow us on Twitter or Facebook anywhere like that?
Yeah, I follow you on Twitter.
Awesome. I definitely send me any
I'll send
videos
some
and pictures. Love to see it.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And do you listen to our watch our show a lot?
Yeah. I've been watching, anything that I can watch on, the case and everything, because I got into it on day 11 of the trial. And ever since I'm really passionate about it. I just get really, I need to talk about it all the time. So I've been watching your show. I think you're great. I got out to my first standout in August for the dismissal hearing. So I was able to see a bunch of people out there. I don't think you were there that day, though. Were you?
Which day?
The dismissal hearing.
Oh, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I didn't see you there. But yeah, I've been watching, and I love being a part of this. It's great people.
And did you know Turtle Boy before this? No?
I had heard of him because I'm in Worcester, so that's where he did most of his work before. So kind of, there's a lot of differing opinions about him around here, but he definitely got that right. And I think he's doing a great job.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate you calling. It's good to hear from Marlboro, Mass. I love it. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, Marlboro, yeah.
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you for watching too.
Yep. Thanks.
Have a great night.
You too.
Mary. We got a lot of good callers tonight. All across the state and the world. We got Peru tonight. We got South Carolina. We got North Shore. We got a little bit of Weston. We got South Shore tonight. We got everybody. This is amazing. I might take one more call. I think you're going to be the last call. If anyone calls in right now, What's the number? 978-560-3155. Got a couple minutes. I'm going to read a couple of comments here. I want to thank everyone who's been doing the super chats. Glenn Lake just did a $5, not $5. He just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Glenn. All right, this is going to be the last call tonight. 781. This could be Bettero's hometown. Who's calling?
Oh, this is Ken looking for my Bobby.
You're looking for your what?
My Bobby.
Your Bobby.
Barbie.
Oh, you want to talk to Barbie?
Ken, yeah, I'm looking for my Bobby.
We had a Bobby earlier, Ken.
I know. I've been looking for her.
Yeah. You got to get in your little Ken mobile and go over to Bobby's little dollhouse.
She left me for a G.I. Joe.
That's tough to compete, man. You might have to find a new girl.
Yeah. There's a few other Bobby girls out there, right?
Yeah.
So I think that if they arrest Morrissey, as soon as the handcuffs go on, he's gonna have a heart attack and die.
Do you think it will happen? Do you think he's gonna get handcuffed?
He's a pretty big boy, and if he gets handcuffed, he's a goner. He's gonna have a heart attack right there.
Do you think that's gonna happen? Do you think that they're gonna arrest him?
I hope so. I mean, it's gotta. You think a lot of this starts with him? I mean, they supposedly bring him the case, and he gives a yes or no, right, before they go into the what do you call it?
Now, are you doing a standout tomorrow? Are you going to any standouts tomorrow?
I am.
What town? If you don't mind me asking, Ken.
I'm gonna go to Dedham, and then backtrack to West Rockford.
Awesome. Have you been to the Dedham one before?
No.
I heard it's a good turnout. I heard quite a few people go to the Dedham standout. So how did you find out about all this, and why did you want to go to Dedham tomorrow?
You know what? I found out about all this. Well, I heard about it when it first happened, and it was, because of the snow, I figured maybe, she didn't wipe off her back window good enough, or he was back there wiping it off, and she, was an accident, right? And then I wanted to go down to the courthouse when they started the trial to kind of get an idea of how things work at the court. And I got hooked right there, seeing all the people that were up there. And, I before I even went inside, I think I met 10 people that were for her. So I said, all right, let me look more into this, and I didn't have to look too much because I knew right there, there was no way that this young lady had done this. And I'm sure, you live in the city, I'm sure you've gotten a few black eyes or given a few black eyes. There's no way that vehicle did that to him.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. The body or the vehicle, the damage doesn't make sense. What would your message be to the governor if she was listening tonight, or you had the opportunity to speak to her, the governor of Massachusetts?
I would tell her to get off her from behind the desk and do the job she ran for and got voted for. Okay, and that's for the people of Massachusetts, and get your job done right. And if she doesn't get the votes that she wants because she's standing up for the people, then so be it. Run again another time. But she's looking for union votes. She gets enough construction union votes out there. Instead of having the police votes, yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of police officers, understandable. But it's us out there. We're not retiring police officers. We still have, we're still going to be walking to work and driving around and all that type of stuff. So it's tough now. Do what you said in your heart is ready to be done. And if she's not doing it, she needs to leave. Go.
Why do you think she's not doing anything?
Well, okay, maybe she is, and we can't see behind the scenes yet, because we know a lot of things take time. Okay, and there's probably, I'm just giving her the benefit of the doubt on it. There's a lot of paperwork that needs to be done, a lot of meetings, yada, yada, yada. So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt on that one. Just playing devil's advocate. Maybe this stuff takes time. I mean, she can't just snap her fingers and say, all right, all the corruption's gone. All the bad guys are gone. She needs to hire she needs to hire some people that are going to sit there every day and go through all this paperwork and say, okay, this guy X, Y, and Z, no good. He's had too many, complaints. He's got to go. And on to the next guy. To the next guy. That's what she's got to do. Just like anything else. So that's what she has to do. She needs to get people together. Hire some more people right off the street. Whatever you need to do.
Thank you for calling tonight, Ken. Great call. Appreciate you calling. Do you watch the show a lot?
All the time, man.
Awesome. Love to hear that. I really appreciate you calling tonight. Call again next time we take calls. Definitely.
Oh, well, you and LP, you guys are the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.
Have a great standout tomorrow in Dedham and West Roxbury. I love West Roxbury too. Get your Irish up in West Roxbury tomorrow. Thank you, Ken. All right, we had some good calls. I really enjoyed hearing from people. I'm trying not to think any more calls. This will be the last one because I gotta go back and actually walk some dogs. Hi, you gotta be quick because I gotta run. I gotta go walk a dog.
Oh, no problem. This is Ada Kay, and I'm a fellow creator, and I'm also a first responder chaplain, and I just want I've heard a lot of things. We all have been talking about this a lot, but my mama has the same car that Karen Reed has. My son is the same height. Let's just say no way humanly possible that those injuries with that vehicle match up, number one. I have seen more injuries than I care to admit on accident scene. Anything that you can imagine, I've seen it. And they don't match up. There is no way possible the injuries he received were from that vehicle. Absolutely no way. There's just no way. And the way that they say that she backed up and hit. So I just wanted to give you a point of view from someone who has been on many scenes, who has experience in this area as a first responder, that it's insane that they even went that far, that they have gone that far with the vehicle. And then, of course, the way the evidence is collected was just absolutely stupidity at best. And I'm appalled that the judge handled the court case the way she did. She should have, by the ethics and everything else that they say, she should have discounted indictment 1 and 3. She let the system down. And so was just hopping on and just to also tell you how much I appreciate watching you. I watch you on replay at 2, 3, 4 in the morning after I do my own stuff. So thank you very much for your
name again?
I'm Ada Kay, and I'm the one who does sign language. I do American Sign Language. I'm deaf without my hearing aids. And so Ada Cager is my channel, and we have interpreting provided for the deaf. And it's awesome. We're the only channel out there doing that. So we bring the court systems and the YouTube to the deaf community. And this was Karen Reed was my first huge trial. And yeah, that was awesome. But I just wanted to say, as somebody who is as a first responder who's been on many scenes, my mother has the same vehicle. I mean, I even took my fist with her permission and banged on that taillight. There is no way, if his arm, elbow, or any part of his body went into that taillight, it would have also had blood on the inside. Charge would have been on the inside of that elbow. There's no way humanly possible that could have happened in the manner in which they're saying.
Thank you so much for calling, Ada K. Where are you calling from?
I'm in Kerrville, Texas.
Oh, Texas. Wow. Are they doing any Texas standouts tomorrow for Karen Reed?
I think they are, and possibly in Austin, Texas, but that's too far from me to go to. But I will be going on live tomorrow and just kind of giving shout outs and just kind of supporting as much as possible. But this is just such a misjustice to her and the victim. And I just hope that the light just to shine through and everybody realizes that corruption is there is horrible. And once again, y'all keep watching Young Jerks. And by the way, do I have permission to replay your commentary with interpreting for the deaf?
Yeah.
Well, I have you here.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you very much. Y'all, give him some DNA, give him some love. It's a hard job that he does, and go love your dog. Have a great night, y'all.
Thank you so much. That was a good last call. Ada K. Thank you so much calling from Texas. Now I'm going to turn off my phone. Let me see if I can turn off my phone before it starts ringing again. Let me take off the banner. This is so funny. All right, let's put up the other banner because people will be this is what happens every time. I can't turn off my phone quick enough. Hold on one second. Oh, I can't turn off my phone yet. I gotta read the Venmos if there are any. Hold on one second. I think that makes it easy. No Venmo tonight. All right, no Venmo. Let's just check Cash App, make real quick. Then I could shut off my phone. All right, we did get a Cash App from Mary Jane. That was a few days ago, actually. She gave $5. Thank you so much, Mary Jane. All right, I guess I can shut off my phone now. All right, I just turned off my phone, so no one else is going to call me tonight. We're good. I want to thank everyone who's been watching and supporting and sending super chats tonight, especially. Yes, a final super chat for Bukaki's missing dentures. They say, my sign will read, feds end this atrocity now. Let me say that again. Feds end this atrocity now. Her freedom is on them. So I'm looking forward to seeing people tomorrow. Send me your pictures and your videos tomorrow too. Send me what you got tomorrow. Twitter, Facebook at The Young Jerks. If you can, follow us. If you haven't followed us on YouTube, follow us, subscribe to us. Please follow us on Twitter at The Young Jerks. We also have Facebook. We have a Young Jerks Facebook page. Please follow us there, subscribe. Also, we have a Facebook group, The Young Jerks. You can join the group. I haven't really promoted that much, so do a search for it. Join our group too as well. We're also on Twitch if you want to find us on Twitch and Twitter, especially X. Follow us there at The Young Jerks. And again, send me any of your videos or pictures tomorrow on our Young Jerks Twitter or Facebook page. Please do so. And I want to thank Mary B for sending $4.99 on the super chat. YouTube super chat. Thank you so much. All right, one last chance before I leave. Is my phone coming back on? That's so funny. I just want to know in the chat right now, where are you going to be standing out tomorrow? Let's see where else people are standing out. If you didn't get to call me, you didn't get to reach me tonight, you can tell us where you're going to be standing out tomorrow. Thank you, Lindsay Ella, for becoming a member tonight on YouTube. Thank you so much. Oh, you're going to be in Palmer and the Woo. We got the Woo here. Worcester, New Bedford, and Dartmouth. People are going to be traveling around. Peabody. I may see you in Peabody tomorrow. Holistic therapist. That would be cool. Salem. I may be in Salem tomorrow. We'll see. Not Salem, New Hampshire, Salem, Mass. But there are people in Salem, New Hampshire and Salem, Mass here. I love it. I know both those towns. Chesterfield, Michigan. Wow. Woburn. I said that earlier. Woburn. Western Mass, Dedham, Legacy Place, Auburn, Charlotte, North Carolina, and Fort Mill, North Carolina. So North Carolina and South Carolina are doing events. Florida is. New Bedford, Woburn. You get Auburn, Worcester, Leominster. Scott's doing Leominster. He's a new mod here. He's doing Leominster 10 a.m., Auburn 1 to 3. Maybe somewhere after that, too. Scott McGinnis is out all day tomorrow. Good job, Scott. Golden State Bridge tomorrow. Wow. Middleborough, Taunton, Dighton, and Plymouth, Jessica says. Jessica, we love Jessica. Jessica is one of the first. She's one of the Canton Nine. She was never actually summoned, but she was part of the group. And we love Jessica. She's going to be in Middleborough, Taunton, Dighton, and Plymouth tomorrow. Jessica's a star. Thank you, Jessica. Toronto, Canada. Lisa's going to be in Toronto, Canada. Wow. Greg says, I love Salem. Quincy and Weymouth. Freeloader Woodchuck. Woburn or Peabody. Boston, Georgina. Etsy's going to be at the State House. I definitely want to check that out sometime. Etsy is going to be Esty. Actually, I said it wrong. Esty. Esty is going to be at the Boston State House. Tammy's going to be in Buffalo, New York. Stoneham and Winchester with Cynthia. It's amazing. So again, you see it, people. We're going to be all across the state tomorrow. Chesterfield, Michigan, all across the country, all across the world. A lot of people going to Salem, New Hampshire tomorrow. A lot of Michigan, too. Weymouth, Haymarket. Love it. I love it. All right, I will see you, some of you tomorrow. I'm going to be broadcasting tomorrow morning from one of the standouts, definitely. So check us out tomorrow morning. Our YouTube. Salem, New Hampshire again. Here's a good one. Arrest John Fanning. That would be a good sign too. Mike is given the master class in Masstown pronunciations. I know most of them. Danvers. Don't say Danvers. Danvers. It's not Haver Hill. It's Haverhill. Haverhill. Worcester. All right, I gotta go. Yeah, Danvers. Exactly. My family grew up in Danvers. I know how to say it. My parents, my mom and stepdad met at Danvers State Hospital. They worked together. Invite Bukaki. All right, we gotta go. I gotta go take out some dogs. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early. Make sure you check us out tomorrow morning on our stream. We'll see you then. Make sure you like it, subscribe, share, all that. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.